It appears that WWE is now teasing a very interesting direction for Cody Rhodes, so we'll see what that's about. We'll also see what's new with Charlotte Flair, the Bloodline, and more. Starting things off with some big news for Charlotte Flair and her upcoming WWE status. WWE started to tease Charlotte Flair a few weeks ahead of the Royal Rumble, and later announced she'd be returning at the Royal Rumble match itself. We also got a free brief lines of dialogue from Charlotte that gave us an early preview of what to expect from this new persona from her. Well, now a new report from WrestleVotes dives into more detail about what to expect from Charlotte Flair's upcoming run. They claim that Charlotte's new persona will fully embrace her Flair family legacy, along with a top girl attitude and flair to her character. Charlotte has shown versions of this persona in times past. What's being described here sort of sounds like what we saw right after WrestleMania 37 in 2021. After not making it into the WrestleMania card that year and being a healthy scratch, Charlotte absolutely snapped and turned heel. She acknowledged how better she was than everyone else and really went on a big run from that moment as a heel. So that character description does make you think back to that 2021 run, but maybe this persona will be even cranked up more than we've ever seen her from in the past. The other big part of this report is the claim that WWE Champion Gold will be around Charlotte's waist sooner rather than later. So that piece of the report also fueled the community up until a big discussion. Charlotte Flair is recognized as a 14-time world champion, 2-time NXT champion, and tag team champion. So winning championship gold is just in her nature. It's what she's done her entire career, and the report claims that it's going to continue on during this current run. Charlotte's only 2 world titles away from tying her father and John Cena as a 16-time world champion. So if John Cena does not get the job done and doesn't win his 17th world title, it looks like that story and narrative could be coming Charlotte's way in a couple of years. Just 3 more world titles, and she stands alone as the individual with the most world titles in WWE history. However, the report did not clarify which exact title Charlotte Flair will be getting her hands on. Obviously, there's been a new addition to the women's title scene since Charlotte's been out of action, and that's the addition of the women's mid-card titles. Could Charlotte Flair turn her attention towards the women's United States title and look to capture the new title? It may not be a world title, but fans think it'll be a great way for Charlotte to keep out of the world title picture for the time being and let her elevate the women's United States title and increase the value of that title even more. It's sort of like what John Cena did late in his career when he became the United States champion, hosted a lot of open challenges, and elevated that title so much that people actually started to care about the United States title matches. People were glued to the screen and invested in that John Cena title reign, and it was just a mid-card title that he brought more spotlight and attention to. So maybe a similar idea for Charlotte. She gets her hands on the United States title and brings the value up so much, to the point that people are even more invested in this mid-card title. Whether you want to see her lose the title or her retain it, it would still be a title reign that has everyone invested. But at the same time, there's nothing but rumblings for months now that Charlotte Flair is coming for Tiffany Stratton and the WWE Women's title at WrestleMania 41. So is Charlotte coming right for the world title after all? And with the wording of this report saying that Charlotte will get her hands on the title much sooner rather than later, could it be possible that Charlotte just takes the world title from Tiffany Stratton at WrestleMania? There's a lot to be paying attention to there for Charlotte's big return run. Now let's get into the big teaser for Cody Rhodes' direction, because it's something interesting that could be a possible route for him. This entire theory and direction stems from the great exchange CM Punk and Cody Rhodes had to close out the final Raw before Royal Rumble. It was an intense conversation, with Punk telling Cody that he was coming for him and coming to take that title off of him. Punk made it clear that he was going to stab Cody in the back like his other friends. Punk made sure to tell him to his face that he was coming for him. But the other big part of this exchange was CM Punk pointing out how Cody Rhodes is changing right now, the deeper that he gets into this title reign. Punk related the entire situation back to his own WWE title reign back in the summer of 2012. This was, of course, right in the middle of CM Punk's 434-day title reign as WWE champion. Punk said that right around day 300 of being champion back in 2012, everything started to weigh on him and turn him into something that he did not enjoy being. How he even lost friends for being that different person. CM Punk is obviously referring to his 2012 heel turn. Punk started that title reign as the most popular babyface character on the roster, but through the events of this title reign, it eventually morphed him into a heel and into a person that was unrecognizable compared to the start of his reign. So speaking from experience, CM Punk knows that holding the title for an extended amount of time will start to change you for the better or for the worse. Punk said that the change started happening to himself right around the 300-day mark. And funny enough, Cody Rhodes is exactly around the 300-day mark at this current moment in time. So if Punk's claim is true, that means that Cody Rhodes should already be morphing into something new that was not there at the start of his title reign. And when you look at the next couple of rumored opponents for Cody Rhodes, it's all very close friends of his. Randy Orton is rumored to meet Cody Rhodes eventually. John Cena is rumored for a title match against Cody. So Cody may need to wake up a bit and get a bit more hostile against these friends of his because they're trying to take away the title and everything he's worked for. So that does make you wonder if the deeper Cody gets into his title reign, the more hostile and nearly heelish he may become in order to remain on top and keep his title. It's the age-old tale. Power eventually leads to some version of corruption and just changes a person. So knowing that, and knowing what CM Punk said about his own experience, could Cody's persona start slightly changing here on the road to WrestleMania? Does he realize that Punk was right? Maybe he already started to notice that difference himself before Punk even said anything. So that'll be something to closely monitor in the background of Cody's upcoming title feuds. Is Cody really starting to change? The Bloodline made headlines this week after all of them were seen breaking character on the set of Stephanie McMahon's new upcoming series, Stephanie's Places. The series will feature a personal look at Stephanie hanging out with superstars like Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair, Stone Cold, Roman Reigns, and more. But what caught the fans' eyes was the preview of the Roman Reigns episodes that was shown on the trailer. Stephanie won't be hanging out with just Roman Reigns, she'll be hanging out with him and the entire Bloodline. The trailer shows every single Bloodline member, both OG and new, all hanging out together on a yacht. Everyone all there together in the place, including Roman Reigns, Jacob Fatu, Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga, Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, Paul Heyman, and more. So fans are already predicting that this episode of Stephanie's show could be immersion shattering for the Bloodline's current on-screen storyline. But it should still be very fun to get a glimpse of what they're like with each other outside of WWE television. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.